Hello, welcome to this update. So let's see what's happening with Hurricane Humberto and Tropical Storm Imelda. So it's been some time since our last video for this area, but let's see. Now we have Tropical Storm Imelda and Hurricane Humberto, and it turned into a Category 5 a few days ago. I bet you heard about it. So here still shows it approaching Bermuda, but might pass just west of Bermuda, so not a direct hit, but still as a major hurricane like nearby. The hurricane force wind field is actually expanded a little bit now. So let's see. Tropical storm force winds could begin to affect Bermuda by late Tuesday, and a tropical storm watch is in effect for the island. Interest there should continue to monitor the progress of Humberto. Dangerous marine conditions, including high surf and life-threatening rip currents, are affecting beaches in the northern Caribbean, Bahamas, and Bermuda, and the dangerous surf conditions are expected to begin much of the east coast of the US today. So please be careful. The links on the description here, the key messages in Spanish, also in the description, the link. So please stay safe. And there's a big area under tropical storm force winds for Bermuda, close to 100%. But this might be from a combined effect from Imelda and Humberto. So here on tropical storm Imelda shows like Imelda is expected to continue to bring tropical storm conditions parts to the northwestern Bahamas today. Rainfall associated with this tropical storm will continue through Tuesday, likely produce flash flooding and urban flooding, and heavy rainfall along the coastal Carolinas could cause isolated urban flooding through Tuesday. Interest in Bermuda should monitor the progress of Imelda as a hurricane watch could be required this afternoon. So you might have two systems in your back, Bermuda. So swells from both Imelda and Humberto are expected to produce dangerous marine conditions along the US East Coast and Bermuda and the Bahamas during the next several days. So please stay safe in those areas. We didn't even look at the track. So here shows like tropical storm warnings still in the Bahamas, and this track shows passing as a hurricane right over Bermuda. If this is correct, you should have some preparations already on your doorstep. And before, remember last video we were talking about this will go directly to South Carolina. That's not the case anymore. It's still nearby to produce some gusty rain bands, but it will generally head east now. All the guidance is pointing east because of Hurricane Humberto nearby might pull it towards it, like a Fujiwara effect or something similar. So now you can take a deep breath in South Carolina, but still be aware of the rain because here, as you can see now, there's still some heavy rain in the Carolinas. So still be careful there. Monday through Tuesday into Virginia as well. Then Humberto passes west of Bermuda with some heavy rain there in Bermuda, and then Imelda passes right after. So you have like a parade of storms, and Humberto won't hit you directly, but it will leave some heavy rain. Some reports of 40 millimeters in some spots of Bermuda by the European. The icons is similar thing, the GFS as well. So be aware those areas. And 5 days, as Imelda passes probably right over you, alright, shows to 140 millimeters near Bermuda, some areas. So be aware and please be careful. Not only the heavy rain, but the strong winds as well. So let's see here. So be careful, some mudslides and flash flooding, especially when Imelda comes, but during the rain bands of Humberto as well. So please stay safe. And here, let's see what the models have for the wind. We can't predict exact wind gusts, but we can have a good idea. Like this, the European shows as Humberto passes, already some very strong gusts, like especially it's to the east of Humberto, but the main circulation is off to the west. So you will avoid the worst, but still some very strong winds, close to 100 km per gust, like around 92 by the European. And then comes Imelda, that might bring upwards 124 km per gust according to the European. The icon crosses faster, but it's even to 148, close to 150. And I don't know why the GFS is always low on the gusts, but it's always lower than all the other models. But it shows to 127 km per gust as well. So please be careful and stay safe. So make some preparations now. The track still might change a little bit, but make some preparations now because this might be a very dangerous storm. So stay safe. Still in the Bahamas, it's right over you. Some very heavy rain, some storms, water spouts, and some flash flooding. So please stay safe. The radar still shows like the main core right over Foxtown and near Freeport, some rain as well, Marsh Harbors. So please stay safe. And they are like two siblings, Umberto and Imelda, right close to each other. So yeah, please stay safe in those areas. And for now, no more areas to watch in the Atlantic in the next 7 days, but you never know. We'll keep monitoring. So be aware and just checking here if the European ensembles has something long range, so 240 hours. Does show a few scared members in the main development region, but like very little. This is nothing to think about right now. And there's more concentration in the Eastern Pacific. So the Google AI model in that same range has clearly Umberto and Imelda there, and a few members long range in this main development region. So better just monitor in the middle of October, but still far out, and a few members near the Yucatan, but still like nothing to worry about right now, this moment. So the GFS in the North Atlantic does show both systems go there, and Imelda follows Umberto. This goes later, not showing much else. It does try to get a low pressure system in the Gulf, but like barely anything. So like this goes, it tries to get something in the main development region and in the Yucatan on October 8th, especially in the main development region, and it tries to blow up another hurricane, but then it might go out to sea. So that's the GFS. So you can't trust it too much. So there's the European as well, shows both both hurricanes there. Imelda follows Umberta. So Imelda still a tropical storm, but forecast to become a hurricane. This goes and shows Umberto becoming a powerful extratropical cyclone for northwestern Europe. So better watch that later. And in the long range, the European still nothing, just summer shock waves in October to watch. So be aware. In excessive rainfall, there's the margin of the Carolinas there in Florida, spots to the west as well in New Mexico. They choose still around Utah and Idaho, spots there into Nevada. Day 3 in Washington, day 4 and day 5 still nothing. So does show day 1 through 7, especially Florida and the Carolinas. The Bahamas is even close to like 7 to 8 inches or more. But the west coast of Florida, some 4 or 5 inches next 7 days. Even Louisiana is showing close to 5 inches in the next 7 days, the latest update. But this might change in those Pacific fronts there in Canada, going all the way through the northwestern US around Washington, even showing like 5 inches or more in 7 days. So be aware those areas. And you can see here in this map as well by like 18Z Monday today, a front in the Pacific Northwest, the storms from Imelda there. Tuesday, more rain in the interior of the West. And then this keeps going. Possibly another cyclone in the Pacific by 12Z Wednesday. Still watching, but be aware. Before this, let's see if there's any severe weather. So no severe next 3 days, but still scared storms. But this always changes. If anything pops up, it might be a margin or something. But you should always uh, keep monitoring this website for any changes. The link is in the description. But be aware, shows here like terms of rain accumulation shows a lot in British Columbia as well, even to like 100 millimeters, a few areas, and across northern Washington, some 5 inches or more next 5 days. So be aware, in those areas shows some areas are very dry, like Texas, spots even the Midwest. Next 5 days doesn't show much, Southern California, but next 12 days does show more across most of the US, a little bit of rain, except in the far southwest. But we'll keep watching. But this area of Mexico, Central America, should watch closely because does show a lot of heavy rain, some 100 millimeters to Honduras, Guatemala, this area, especially on the Pacific side and the windward side, the mountains. Be careful, some flash flooding, especially as we're going to like 10 days out. Shows even like 200 millimeters in west coast of Mexico that could cause more flooding, can cause flooding across those areas. Even like Central America, close to 200 next 10 days. So please be careful. Those areas, just monitor this heavy rain. And for snow, does show like spots here in Alaska, down to Yukon, northern British Columbia, even a little bit down to Wyoming, Montana, like 1 or 2 inches in a few areas in California, zero point 0.4. So a few mountains might have some snow there in the US, but most of it is in Canada, especially Northwestern Territories and Yukon. But in Alaska, still like 9 inches, even 20 inches in the mountains. Central Alaska, even 11 inches. So be careful those areas and across northern Quebec a little bit. So stay safe, and this always changes. Next 10 days does show possibly more snow into the Rockies. So this is like a prediction. 11 days out shows snow as far south as Nevada and more in the Rockies. So winter's definitely coming, but we just gotta know the exact dates. But definitely be aware throughout October and everything. The GFS is much less, but does show some in Wyoming next 10 days. So we'll keep watching and be aware. So in temperatures, the GFS has like in Alaska's even to like 4 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 18 to 25. So please be careful. Shows in Canada similar things like 1 to -1 degree Celsius, -7. So very cold. This goes shows still warm there, like into the US and southern Canada, 29 degrees Celsius into some May is Fahrenheit, even 90s there in the south. But during the night, the shows less, especially like the European here, shows in the mountains some 30 is Fahrenheit there during the night. This goes still hot in Arizona and spots of Texas. Most of the south and the Midwest is still pretty warm in the plains these next few days, especially there. They're like by Wednesday and Thursday. This is Thursday and Friday because there's that front in the northwest and the hot air is still further east. So still very hot until Saturday. Might be a big drop Sunday, especially in the Rockies. So wait, Sunday morning, the Canadian and US Rockies, especially in Canada, some like -5 and even less in some areas. But maybe by next weekend we might have some colder air spots in the west. So be aware, especially in Alaska and Canada, those cold temperatures. But in the south and most of Mexico is still very hot, especially western Mexico and spots in eastern Mexico, except the mountains. So be aware, those areas we'll keep monitoring, and especially like these fronts now across the Pacific Northwest. This goes another big cyclone Wednesday, goes all the way from southern Alaska to California, the rain. So be aware, more rain and snow, and then some other ones in Alaska, northwestern Canada, with more snow later Friday into the weekend. So still watching, and possibly some storms as well in the lower end of this low pressure systems. The European is showing maybe like Friday into Saturday a little bit of a storm threat. So we'll keep watching. Just be aware. So like wind, this front will have strong winds in the Pacific Northwest, into Canada as well, especially near the coast and around Hudson Bay, those clippers there in the Arctic. So be aware, and some other patch systems near Alaska later might have strong winds. And here's the big thing, like both of these hurricanes in the Atlantic will really kick some very big surf there on the East Coast. So really stay safe, be careful there. And yeah, so stay safe, be aware those areas, especially these tropical systems and more coming there in the US and everything. And one last thing, today is my birthday. Okay, so stay safe.